It was written by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, like as I said, in 1915. And he was a Canadian physician who served in the Canadian Expeditionary Forces. He later passed away during the war in 1918 of a disease. But anyway, here comes his song. In Flanders field, the poppies grow between the crosses, row by row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amidst the guns below. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders field. Amen.
Please be seated. A couple of short things in conclusion. First, if you have a loved one or you know someone who is interred in the East Mausoleum or Hollyoak, those are the areas to the east and the one to the north, the new area, if you would come up and check and make sure we got that name on the board. J.K. Oldenburg, the Eagle Scout who did that work, will be standing there. You can thank him. And you can also, if we missed someone's name, we'll get it added and it'll be there for next year. Also, remember, tomorrow morning this all has to come down. So, you can come here at 7, no heavy lifting, just taking the flags and crosses to the curbside. And then if you'd like to go to the community center at 8, they're going to be doing all the ironing and folding of the flags, getting them ready for next year. We will have refreshments for the crew here as well as the crew at the community center, so we invite you to be part of that. I'd like to ask you to take note of the sponsoring organizations in your program because they all contribute huge in-kind services that make this program possible. If you're part of the group that was fortunate enough to be out of the sun under the canopies, those are donated every year by the Fullerton Firefighters Association. So you can thank them. They'll be standing over there on your way out. The program that you have and see everything, how well that is done, that's done every year for us by Cheryl Morenz of CG Design Concepts. The sign in front of the podium here, that's a contribution from RWP Parting Props from Orange. They give us a new one every year for our ceremony. And I also want to acknowledge someone who's in there, All Pro Builders. Our shed where we store everything was broken into about 2 months ago. And none of us are good carpenters. I called up Paul Paniagua from All Pro, told him the problem. He was here the next day, fixed it, we're secure. So those are the kind of folks that are there. So please look there when you need services. Again, what sustains us for our cash expenses is the purchase of our commemorative pins. We have a different one for every year. If you'd go over to the green awning, I'd like to thank my family for jumping in, filling in for Carol Malozik's family who are out of town this time. So my daughters, son-in-laws, granddaughters are all over there helping as they do every year. Whatever task comes up, they're ready there. And I would also like to thank my wife for coming up with this system so I stay on program, that I can keep track of everything as we go through that. We hope you have a wonderful, thank you. We hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day. Come again next year and hopefully volunteer tomorrow. Thank you.